When people think of soccer, they think of Mexico. A lot of people think that Mexico's national sport is soccer, but that is very incorrect. Mexico's national sport is charreria. You might be asking yourself, what is charreria? Charreria is something that I have done my whole life and love it with my whole soul, my heart, with everything. Many people in Mexico, and many people have family members, lineage linked to Mexico, but do not know what charreria is. Charreria is not just a sport, it is a lifestyle. It is who we are, it is our identity. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit of charreria, charros, and escaramuzas. So let's go ahead and start with defining what is charreria. Charreria did go ahead and start as the way people would go ahead and ranch back in Mexico, and how ranch handlers would go ahead and practice branding, practice roping horses, cattle, practicing how well trained their horses. It's something that the ranches and the haciendas would go ahead and do to pass the time and compete with each other. Mexico is the cradle for charreria. Charreria has been practiced all over Mexico and is even as well practiced in different parts of the United States. Currently, at the moment, there are 18 states that are federated with Mexico. Means that we pay a fee to Mexico each year so we could go ahead and participate. In charreria, there are 9 different suertes, or like categories in competition. Each suerte is a different test to not only test the rider, but test the horse, test your workmanship with ropes, test your bronc riding, and test as well to see how you work with other teammates. Some of these are individuals, but as well, they are a team effort. The players, if you want to call them, they're called charros. They are the only ones who go ahead and pretty much practice the nueve suertes in the charreadas. They are the only ones who can compete them. They wear uniforms that are custom made to everybody's body. It's not like going down to American Eagle or the Sam's Club to pick up a pair of shorts or a shirt. Each thing is made. Our hats are made to protect us. There are helmets. They're shaped like mariachi hats, but the mariachis went ahead and copied us. So when you fall back, the hat protects you. That's why it's so round. There are as well women who go ahead and compete in charreria, and these women are known as adelitas or escaramuzas. We ride side saddle in a group of 8 girls. We wear all matching dresses, hats, boots, up to earrings. And it's not just for looks. Our dresses have a symbolism. We have been around since the Mexican Revolution. The way it started was women would go ahead and do a little bit of a dance to go ahead and distract the enemies, but now it's become a dance, synchronized dance with 8 girls, 8 horses running at full speed. And now that I've told you a little bit of charreria, let's go ahead and talk about how competition happens. We're just going and hitting basics. We all know that there's an Olympics every 4 years. Well, in charreria, we have nationals every single year. Nationals happens in a different state. In Mexico, there are nationals USA, but it's not as important or as big as nationals in Mexico. It happens for about 2 weeks, and the best of Mexico and the United States go to compete for that championship. And now that we talked about nationals a little bit, we're going to go ahead and talk about clothing. So our uniforms that we wear are custom made to our body to fit us like a glove. It is molded to fit my arm here, my arm here, my arm here, to fit my waist, to fit my length. It's not like going to Macy's and picking up a prom dress. I get measured. I send my measurements off to a sastre, which is a tailor for a male, or a costurera, which is as well a tailor for a woman, someone who go as seamstress, if you want to say. And they go ahead and make everything by hand. You don't just wake up one day and say, I want to go ahead and start making suits or start making dresses or hats, because everything that we wear, down to our chaps, to our pants, well, the men's pants, to the spurs, to the earrings, is all handmade. The horses that we ride get trained. The saddles that we wear, or the horses wear, are all made. About 99% of these people live in Mexico because that is where charreria started. It's not like how I said, something you just wake up and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this. No, this is something that is passed on from generation to generation. Charreria is not a sport, it is a lifestyle. It is my lifestyle. It is my family's lifestyle. It is who we are. Today you've learned a little bit about charreria, charros, and escaramuzas. Every time we step into that arena, into a lienzo is what it's called, we do it proudly, and we don't know if we're gonna go ahead and walk out intact, because you are dealing with wild animals. Your animal as well can go ahead and turn on you. Very rare, because these animals are trained. We care for them, we show them affection, and we are a team with them. But sometimes accidents do happen, and sometimes you might walk out with a broken leg, a broken arm. A horse could go ahead and fall on you. With the girls, with the dances that they do on the horses, you can go ahead and crash. So we don't know if we will go ahead and walk out intact. We pray before every competition. We pray after every competition to give thanks. But this is something that we do. It runs in our blood, and nothing's ever going to go ahead and change it. Once you're a charro and an escaramuza, you'll do that forever. You might take a break and not compete for a while, but this is who you are. This is you. I'm Valeria, and I'm fully charreria.